David Thornton here. Let's make some of my wonderful chili. This stuff is really good, and it's cold today. It started to cool off. It'll be really good for dinner this evening. All right, first we're gonna start with the meat. I've got 1 pound of beef. Now I've got some ground beef in here, and I had a steak in the refrigerator I cut up, so I got about 1 pound of beef, ground beef or steak or whatever you want to put in there. And then we've got about 1/2 cup of onion and 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, all chopped and ready to go. All right, now as far as the spices go, we're gonna put a little salt and pepper in there, and then I've got 2 cubes of beef bouillon. I've got 4 teaspoons of chili powder, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cumin, 1 teaspoon of ground coriander seed, 1/2 teaspoon of crushed red pepper, and also 1 teaspoon of cocoa. If you get in a pinch and you don't have cocoa, you can always use 2 Oreo cookie wafers. All right, so now we also got 2 14-ounce cans of light red kidney beans, and then I've got 1 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes and 1 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes. Now, after we get the sauce and everything simmered for about 45 minutes, we'll put the beans in, and at the very last minute, we'll add a dash of pepper sauce and a dash of Worcestershire sauce. So the first thing we're gonna do is brown all this meat. And just a little bit of oil. We're gonna brown the meat with the onions and garlic. So go ahead and put the meat in there. And we're gonna go ahead and put the onions and the garlic in there. All right, we're gonna let that meat brown for a few minutes, and then we'll add our tomato sauce. All right, while the meat is cooking, I don't like chunks of tomatoes in my chili, so I'm gonna put the tomatoes in my blender and blend it up just a little bit. 1 14-ounce can and 1 28-ounce can. Some people like to blend the beans up. I can't do that. Meat sizzling. I'm just going to do this just enough. That's plenty good right there. Tomatoes are ready to go if we can get this meat browned. I like to make some cheese wafers to go with my chili, so I'm going to make another video showing you how to make the cheese wafers also. Right now we're just letting the meat cook and brown. All right, the meat's brown as we want it, not overcooked. Not much fat in this particular meat that I'm cooking today, so I'm not going to pour anything off. We're going to go ahead and put the tomatoes in. And the spices. Go ahead and try to crush that bouillon. All right, that's all the spices. And then also I failed to mention, I like to put 1 can or bottle of your favorite beer. I usually use a Mexican beer. All right, now we're just gonna stir this all together and let this simmer for 45 minutes. Turn the heat down and let it simmer for about 45 minutes before we put the beans and the pepper sauce and the Worcestershire sauce in. Just stir it, get all them spices mixed in there with it good. All right, go ahead and put some salt and pepper. Just do this to taste. I like to put some now and some later and taste it before I get through. All right, we're just gonna cover this and let it cook for 45 minutes. All right, our chili's been cooking for a good 45 minutes and it's looking really good and smelling really good too. All right, I've got the 2 14-ounce cans of light red kidney beans drained and rinsed slightly. We're just gonna go ahead and put those in there. We're gonna let this cook with the beans in it just for about another 15, 20 minutes or so. If you wanna let it cook down, if you like your chili thicker, just let it cook a little, just let it simmer a little bit longer. But 15 or 20 minutes and we'll be right back to finish it off. All right, the chili's been cooking with the beans in it for another 15, 20 minutes. It's looking real good. All we gotta do is add a dash of this pepper sauce, or 2, and a good little dash of this Worcestershire sauce. And the chili's pretty much ready. All it needs now is to be eaten. Well, I know you can't see in the bowl very good, but there's Dave's chili. This stuff is really good. We really enjoy it. We never throw any away. It always gets eaten. Anyway, thanks again for watching.